Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. All right. Music on? Music is good. We're good to go. I'm Origosis, and this is part 2 of our pure story mode playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. We're going to read every last piece of quest text, every last piece of Codex, everything, and I will do my best to read it in a pleasant, nice voice and do some voices and stuff and all that jazz, but we'll see what happens. All right. So, Monk. I have no idea what to do for the accent. I'm just going to read it, and maybe I'll figure out an accent as we go. I took some time, watched some stuff, didn't see anything I liked, and nothing is coming to mind. So here we go. Monks belong to a variety of fighting orders that have sprung up in Ixamital, goddamn that word, and the Eastern Reach over the past few centuries. While many monastic orders can trace their teachings to the enduring founder, Tlatak, individual organizations vary greatly in their focus, morality, and ethics. Common folk represent the incredible discipline of monks, but see them as an odd, unpredictable bunch who may not be entirely sane. Even mercenaries and other adventurers aren't sure what to make of them. Starting ability, Transcendent Suffering. When monks have no weapons equipped, their unarmed attacks are exceptionally powerful and continue to increase in damage as they gain levels. Wounds. As monks are damaged, their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power many of the monk's special abilities. Stealth, Athletics, Survival. Average Endurance, very high health, very high accuracy, and high deflection. I like that. Paladin. Paladins. Paladins are martial zealots devoted to a god, a ruler, or even a way of life. They can be found in any culture where a fanatical group of like-minded individuals have formed a warrior society dedicated to the advancing their cause. Among those aligned to their worldview, paladins are viewed with respect and admiration, if a bit of fear. Goddamn me and these commas and periods. Many paladins hold leadership positions in armies and mercenary companies, but in the heart of battle, their fanaticism often overrules the chain of command and common sense. Starting ability, Faith and Conviction. Paladins have an inherent bonus to all of their defenses over the course of the game. The value of this bonus may shift based on the reputations the paladin gains relative to the behaviors that are preferred by his or her order. Athletics, Lore, average endurance, high health, average accuracy, and average deflection. Priest. Priests are devotees of Yora's deities and practitioners of religious magic. While all priests dedicate themselves to the specific gods, priests' power is actually derived from their personal beliefs. In contrast to most paladins, priests tend to focus on philosophy, teaching, and their relationship of religious organizations with common folk. The reception of priests in any given part of the world depends largely on how their god is revered or reviled by the people who live there. Starting abilities. Holy Radiance generates a modest amount of endurance for allies around the priest. An enemy vessel caught in the area take burn damage and may be frightened. Over the course of the game, the power of this ability may shift based on the reputations the priest gains relative to the behaviors that are preferred by his or her deity. Spells. Priests have access to a variety of support and some offensive-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, priests automatically gain access to an additional set of spells. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As priests gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. Athletics, Lore, very low endurance, low health, very low accuracy, and low deflection. Ranger. Let me grab some agua here. Should I hide the logo? We'll hide the logo. See, now there's no way to tell what it is yet. Okay. I was looking at my picture instead of the camera. Gotta learn to look at the camera. Hi guys, I'm looking at the camera. And as I made the joke about looking at the camera, I looked at the picture. See, I should probably move my picture from this screen to that screen. That way I stop looking at it instead of not looking at it. Hi, guys. There's blue things around the camera. Make sure I look at it. And me, you, me, you, me, you, me, you. Okay, I'm done. That was horrible. I apologize. Okay, Ranger. Rangers are warriors of the woodlands and masters of the hunt. Always partnered with soul-bonded animal companions, they can be found in wild spaces all over the world. As their lifestyles often tend toward independence and isolation, it is rare for rangers to become an integral part of a large fighting force, though they are often employed as scouts and guides. Starting abilities. Did I not have this clicked? Anyways, Animal Companion. All rangers share a strong bond with an animal companion. The companion fights as the ranger's command and is extremely valuable for its ability to run interference. Animal companions don't do much damage, but they have a high damage reduction. The link between the ranger and companion is powerful. If one goes down in battle, the other suffers as well. Stealth, survival, very low endurance, high health, very high accuracy, and average deflection. Oh, the rogue is the one I should have read like this. How should I read the rogue? Rogues are vicious killers, feared for the brutality of their attacks. They can be found as often in dark back alleys as the heart of the battlefield skirmishes. Though unpredictable and undisciplined, rogues are commonly used as shock troops or as part of a surprise assault, their withering attacks breaking enemies' ranks and morale. Rogues tend to congregate in larger numbers in cities, where they can be steadily employed as mercenaries or hired muscle. Starting abilities. Sneak attack applies bonus damage to the rogue's ranged and melee weapon attacks. When the target has any of the following afflictions: blinded, flanked, hobbled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, struck, stunned, or weakened. It also applies to any target. The rogue strikes with a weapon within the first 2 seconds of combat. Stealth mechanics, very low endurance, low health, very high accuracy, and low deflection. Wizard. The masters of arcanic magic. Wizards are students of arcane traditions that stretch back beyond the boundaries of recorded history. Wizards are a highly organized group, often forming academies or guilds devoted to research and development in magical studies, and tend to favor environments where inquiry, experimentation, debate, and the dissemination of knowledge are encouraged. And many accomplished wizards eventually become known for their eccentricity, their egos, and their unquenchable interest in all things arcane and occult. Starting abilities. Arcane Assault. Mid-range attack that hits a small area for raw damage and can leave targets dazed. Oh my god, look at the... Let's get some water here. Wizards have access to a variety of offensive and personal defense spells. Unlike priests and druids, wizards learn individual spells that they store in and cast directly from their grimoires. Grimoires can only hold 4 spells of each spell level, with motivations which motivates wizards to keep multiple grimoires for different needs. Every 2 levels, wizards gain access to an additional set of spells. However, they can automatically learn 1 spell of any level they can access each time they advance. Wizards also have the option of learning spells from grimoires they find or buy. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As wizards gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. I looked at the camera! Okay. Lore +2, mechanics +1, very low endurance, low health, very low accuracy, and very low deflection. Okay. That's every class that male moon godlike can play. Next, we're going to read cultures, and this is the point where I might have to start going back and looking to see if there's anything else there. But maybe I won't go too crazy. Maybe I'll just read everything I can. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh dear, these are the cultures. What are we at? Oh, we're at spells. I ended up picking wizard. Which one did I like? I think it was priest. Let's see. Yep. Keeps on regenerating stuff around me. I like that, but I also like the idea of doing more damage. Ranger with a pet. Cipher. Monk. What did the monk do? Transcendence. When monks have their weapons equipped, they're unarmed. Okay. Their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power more than the monk's special. So as I take damage, I can do more abilities. Let's do monk. Let's do monk. I don't want to read too much into it. Stealth, athletics, survival, endurance. You know what? You know what though? With stealth, I don't like playing stealth style. So because he has +1 to stealth, it means his abilities lean towards stealth. I don't have to play stealth. I know that. But because he has it, I'm going to feel inclined to do it. And I'm sure his certain abilities will lean towards stealthy, so I'm not going to play monk just because that I won't be able to utilize him to his fullest. Wizard might be fun. I'd assume I'd get some kind of AoE spell or something. Wizard. We're going to do wizard. And it's mostly a fuck it, wizard. Let's do it. Alright, so that's everything we read about wizards before. I pick my spells here. There are a lot of spells. Oh dear goodness. Should I read all these? Archimir's dazzling lights overwhelms anyone, overwhelms anyone in the area of effect with a brilliant and bewildering pyrotechnic display, decreasing their will and leaving them dazed. Now I need to know what will does. The will defense opposes attacks that are mentally. Okay. So it lowers that part of it. Dogs barking. I hope that's not getting picked up on the microphone. Probably just the mailman dropping off some mail. What time is it? Yeah, maybe. Alright. Chill fog. I'm just going to find one that sounds interesting. Parasitic staff. That sounds interesting. Creates a glowing quarterstaff of pure energy for the wizard to wield, granting a bonus chance to hit and giving the wizard endurance with each successful strike. Maybe I should just read everything. Chill fog calls a blind. No, I shouldn't read it. I shouldn't. Oh my god, I'm going back and forth. I don't know what to do. Oh, I picked those, didn't I? Eldritch aim. Grants the caster otherworldly sight, resulting in preternatural accuracy. I don't like that. Fan of flames. Creates a cone of fire in front of the caster, causing burn damage to anyone in the area. That I like. I just want some basic plain damage. Ghost blades. Calls a field of unearthly blades into existence, inflicting immediate pierce damage and a hobbled affliction on targets in the area of effect. Do I get affected by my own AoE stuff, or can I just drop a circle, I'm here, enemy's there, and only the enemy gets damaged? We'll pick it for now, unless I see something else I like. Jolting touch. Bolt of electricity jumps from the caster's fingers to the nearest enemy, and then the next nearest, causing decreasing amounts. I like AoE stuff. I like stuff that damages multiple enemies. I like that kind of damage. It's fun for me. Sunless Grasp. Kalikoth's Sunless Grasp. The caster's hands become so cold as to freeze what they touch. Does freeze damage to a target and reduces its accuracy. So that sounds nice. Missiles. Summons 3 spell missiles that batter the target, inflicting crush or corrode damage. Okay, I like those. Spirit Shield. Surrounds the caster with a shield of spirit energy, granting an increased damage reduction and a concentration bonus. I'm hoping because we're playing on easy and I already have the healing ability from the moon god, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Wizard's Double. Creates a duplicate of the caster to distract enemies, granting the caster a high deflection bonus until here. Okay, that's also defensive. Thrust of Tattered Veils. Quick strike of crushing force, dealing little damage but having a high chance to disrupt enemy spellcasters. An interrupt. And Slicken. Coats the ground in a slick oil-like substance, inflicting knockdown on anyone in the area of effect. Another AoE, an AoE status thing. This is my only single target. So I have frontal cone AoE, AoE, it jumps to multiple enemies, and then a good single target one right here with this minor missiles. Well, you know what? I can probably take one of these other things later. Like Slicken I would want, but I'm assuming early game I can stick with pure DPS and move on to tactical stuff later. I hope. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. It's story mode, so hopefully I can just face roll my way through it, though I don't mind the challenge. I'm assuming it's either going to be face roll or a moderate challenge where I can fuck up a lot and not die. Alright. There's our 4 spells. Now we're at attributes. Might is important to wizards. You know what? I guess it's time to read all these stats. Might! Might represents a character's physical and spiritual strength, brute force, as well as their ability to channel powerful magic. During interactions, it can be useful for intimidating displays and acts of brute force. Haha! In combat, it contributes to both damage and healing, as well as the fortitude defense. Highly recommended for wizard. Might is highly recommended for wizard? Damage and healing. Okay. I have 15 points to spend, so let's just throw 5 in there. Again, we're going with the lunk-headed idea of... See, I'm looking at my thing instead of you guys. I'm sorry. I'm going with the lunk-headed idea that I can just do pure DPS without too much strategy and be okay. And if I fuck that up, I fuck that up. And as I level up, I'll try to pick different abilities that allow me to be more tactical. But I'm going with a very lunk-headed, pure DPS kind of way of building this. And maybe with the other people I bring into the group that'll solve that, we'll find out. If I screw it up, well, it's going to be a fun time. Constitution. Constitution is a combination of the character's overall health and stamina. Although it is not used much in interactions, it is sometimes checked to withstand pain and endurance. Or endure a physically taxing ordeal. In combat, it affects maximum health and endurance, and contributes to the fortitude defense. No. Dexterity. Dexterity is an abstraction of the character's hand-eye coordination, balance, and overall grace. In interactions, it can be useful for sleight of hand and fast reactions. In combat, it affects the character's action speed with all attacks. Spells and abilities, and contributes to the reflex defense recommended for wizards. So let's throw 3 in there. Perception. Perception represents a character's senses as well as their instinctive ability to pick up on details. In interactions, it can be used to catch someone in a lie, to make an observant comment about their appearance, or to notice something happening in the background. In combat, it contributes to accuracy, the reflex defense, and grants a bonus to interrupt. Okay. Intellect. Intellect represents a character's logic and reasoning capabilities. In interactions, it can be useful for deduction, sudden realizations, and problem solving. In combat, it contributes to the will defense and influences durations and area of effects for all abilities and talents. AoE! Boom! Highly recommended for wizard. Done. Alright. So we'll put 5 in there, raising it to 16. I have 2 points left. Let's see what we got in Resolve. Resolve reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity that can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. In combat, it helps characters maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection defenses. Alright, so might is important for damage. Throw that. This affects the duration of the area of effects for all abilities and talents. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay, there we go. Pretty generic wizard, I assume. There's all the spells. Okay, that's class. Now, this is attributes. So next will be culture? Yes. All right. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it changed my clothing. Cool. The Aedea. The Aedea Empire... No, I should read it in my fun voice. The Aedea Empire is currently the largest, most powerful force in this part of the world. It is centered around the equator and has a tropical climate. Though the Empire has colonies in numerous areas of the world, Greater Aedea is at its heart and houses the majority of its humans and elven nation. Is at its heart and houses the... Okay. Oh, and houses. See, I don't read ahead, and I screw things up like that. Sorry, just checking the time. Less than a minute remaining. So we'll do Deadfire, and then I'll probably finish it up. Deadfire Archipelago. Archipelago. I gotta learn how to say that word. Okay. Consisting of the nation of Nasitak, dozens of Amua settlements, and hundreds of lawless, pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, Amua, and a mixed variety of other races. Deadfire Archipelago is the last stop for anyone headed east. Need some coffee here. A multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that finishes it up for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Once I Alt-tab here. And go over here and hit the stop recording button. Catch you later, guys!